Wilson's senior season rolls on here on College Football 26 Road to Glory. Yours truly, Action Jackson Wilson, gearing up for another home game as we take on the Northwestern Wildcats. 4 games left to play. Boilermakers are in contention for a bowl contest. They need at least 2 more dubs in this final month. Jackson Wilson putting together a solid season as he gears up for hopefully the NFL. It's been my dream from day one, ever since I came on as a 2-star underdog out of high school. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget, Jesus Christ loves you guys, and if you've yet to make him your Lord and Savior, I pray that you would do so now. He is the way, the truth, and the life, and no one may come to the Father except through him. If you want to go to a better place when you die, you got to put your faith in him. Otherwise, you're condemned, and you're going to be punished for your sin. God don't want that for you. That's why he sent Jesus to die on the cross and resurrect from the grave. So, what are you waiting for? Jesus is calling. Repent. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. So a statement by the Purdue defense right out of the gate as we gear up for game number 9 here in 2030. The Boilermakers come into this game with a record of 4 wins and 4 losses. They'll start this out in a PA read. The crowd making a lot of noise per usual here in West Lafayette. The fans have been so great ever since Wilson transferred over here from San Jose State. Speaking of Wilson, here he is making the game's first catch for a gain of about 4. That's going to make it 2nd and 6. Jackson Wilson on pace to have another record-breaking season in terms of receptions, and he's not even a wide receiver. He's developed into a dual threat. He's been dealing with some faulty offensive lines, so he's had to find other ways to beat teams. And if he can't do it with his legs, he'll do it off the catch, showing off his hands. All right, 2nd down and 6 from the 40-yard line. Quarterback in shotgun formation. He takes the snap. He's going to throw, and it's going to be caught for the first down. Great play by Wilson's teammate. That's a gain of about 12 to midfield. Purdue looking to take the lead after the defense sets the tone. When they got that second half kickoff in their back pocket, they want to have control, especially against a decent Northwestern team who comes into this game with a record of 5-4. The visiting Wildcats are playing for a bowl berth. They could lock that up with a win here tonight. But Purdue has other plans. Here's Wilson trying to go up the middle, but he's stuffed. No gain on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. Jackson Wilson looking to keep his teammates upbeat. We're going to go right back to the inside zone again. Wilson fearlessly going right back up the gut. There he goes. Wilson still going, and there's a first down for Purdue. Wilson got nothing on this first carry, but the second one was a different story. He picks up 11. Fresh set of downs for the Boilermakers as the locomotive moves into enemy territory. We now set up at the Northwestern 38. We're just getting rolling here on this live stream and this first game between Northwestern and Purdue here on Heisman difficulty, College Football 26. Purdue elects to go with a corner strike as they look to get on the board first. Wilson's going to go up the middle. And they take a shot to the sideline. That's converted. For a gain of about 2. 2nd down and 8 coming up for the Boilermakers. They originally line up in a rush formation. They're going to audible out of this. They go with the all-go. And they're going to send Wilson to the left. Here's the snap. Hard cut by Wilson. He's wide open. And that's going to be caught for a gain of about 6. 3rd down and 2 coming up for Purdue. There's a great catch by Wilson going down. Now on 3rd and 2, here comes some pressure for Northwestern. Got to get in position quick here. Here it goes. The throw to Wilson. It's completed. And Wilson breaks free for another first down. Northwestern bringing the heat. They were looking for the run, but Jackson Wilson had other plans. Scurries to the outside, and he picks up a gain of about 10. This has been a great drive for Purdue as we now set up at the 23. Wilson with 28 yards on this opening drive, and they'll give it to him again. He needs blockers, and he's getting them, but he's taken down at the last second. If Wilson had got past that final blow, he probably would have scored a touchdown, but he will take the positive gain of 5 yards nonetheless. 2nd down and 5 is coming up. You know what? Let's feed the hot hand. Let's keep attack in the middle. 2nd down and 5 coming up. Jackson Wilson going in motion. He's going to hang out near the sideline in case we need a check down. 3 on the play clock. Here's the snap. Wilson right there. Wilson takes care of that possession catch. They'll bring up 3rd down and 3. Ball at the 16-yard line. And now they hand it to Wilson. And the Northwestern defense was ready for it. They get Wilson on that rush for a 2-yard loss. And now Purdue will send the field goal unit onto the field and get the 3 points. Northwestern goes 3 and out. Now the ball goes back to the Boilermakers. They're going to go right back to Wilson. 1st down and 10 from the 20. It's going to be another screen play. Here it goes. Quarterback takes the snap. Looking for Wilson. He gets it to him. Good blockers in front. Wilson gets the 1st down. 5 catches already today for Jackson Wilson, and he's up to 32 yards against the Northwestern Wildcats here in West Lafayette. He's been the hot hand more often than not for Northwestern, or rather Purdue. And now Wilson lines up as a receiver on the left side. Takes the snap. Quick throw. Wilson right there. Makes the catch and picks up 6. Now they just keep leaving me open. They're probably playing over the middle. But Wilson's one guy you can't forget about. Just because he's a running back doesn't mean he's not afraid to get his hands dirty and carry the load at the wide receiver position as well. That's exactly what he's doing. 2nd down and 4, and once again, Jackson Wilson lining up as a receiver. Quarterback takes the snap. He goes with a quick throw over the middle, and that's going to be caught for a Purdue 1st down. Boilermakers on the move as they look to build on a 3-0 lead. Now we're at midfield at the 49. Philbin takes the snap, and he'll give it to Wilson. Wilson right back through the middle. Wilson fighting for the 1st down. He comes about a couple inches short, but he's now up to 23 yards on the ground. He's done it on 5 carries, and now they're going to go right back to him again. We're going to audible out of this. Here we go. Go the corner strike. Put Wilson in motion. We got motion right here. Movement from his teammates. I think they're going to be looking for the run. Quick pass right here, right here. Quick pass. There you go. See, that's wide open. Way to read the defense, guys. Great work. Powell makes that catch. That's the Purdue tight end. And now, let's bring out the screen play again. I want to try to go to the left side. Like right here. Ooh, if we execute this slip, we can get a big play going. Here's the snap. And the quarterback gets drilled. Quarterback never threw the ball. He didn't have time. And that's exactly what the Northwestern defense needed. That's going to take us to the end of the 1st quarter. 3-0 Purdue. So far, 65 passing yards, 16 rushing yards. All right, so we're going to have 2nd down and 17 to begin the 2nd quarter. Ball at the Northwestern 43. Wilson's going to provide protection for his quarterback. They're going to take a deep shot, and it is going to be broken up, incomplete. 3rd down and 17 coming up. Tell you what, if we can get a completion or something over the middle, it probably could get us in field goal range. Here's the snap. Hard cut by Wilson. They settle for the check down. Hey, that might have been what we needed right there. We may not have gotten the first down, but we might be able to nail this kick. 4th down and 7 from the 34-yard line. Let's see what happens. We don't, and Northwestern gets a touchdown to go up 7-3. So Purdue's next drive will begin from its own 27. So far in this game for Jackson Wilson, 61 total yards, 38 on receptions, and 23 rushing yards on the ground. Here's the snap, pressure coming for Northwestern. Here's a throw to the sideline, that's complete. For a gain of about 7, that makes it 2nd down and 7. All right, here comes another inside zone. 2nd down and 7. There goes Wilson right up the middle. Wilson to midfield. Major gain right there on that long rush. He's now got 44 yards on the ground. And Purdue, back where they started from on the previous drive, midfield. We're halfway home. Halfway there, living on a prayer. Now the quarterback is ready for another snap. Oh, he's got Wilson wide open. And he can't make the catch. The quick throw would have worked from the QB, but he overthrew Wilson right there. And now it's 2nd down and 10. Wilson again. Going to go in motion. We're going to do that same play again. Put pressure on him right here. Quick juke to the sideline. Here we go. Make that throw right now. Okay, we'll take it. That's cool with me. Gain of 7. 3rd down and 3 coming up. Now let's go to the slip screen. Ball at the 42-yard line. There's nothing but daylight right here. Throw it, throw it. Go, 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 go. Right up the middle, Wilson. Full head of steam. Burst down to the 31-yard line. Now Purdue is certainly in scoring range. It was a little questionable last time, but the field position is so much better. With Jackson Wilson lining up for a rush and shotgun formation. Here he comes. Good blocking. Wilson makes one man miss and eats up 9 more yards. Jackson Wilson, the driving force for the Purdue Boilermakers. Fighting, scratching, clawing his way up the middle. And now they're going to go right back to him on 2nd and 1. Philbin gives it back to Wilson. Wilson up the gut, he wants more. Wilson inside the 10-yard line to the 9. Wilson now up to 66 rushing yards here today. We'll see if the Boilermakers can take the lead back from Northwestern after falling behind 7-3. Now we're going to go into a stick formation. Here's the snap. The throw is complete to the tight end. He moves up 5 yards to the 4. All right, I think it's time we go back to the trap of the inside zone. 2nd and goal coming up from the 4. This is going to be a handoff to Wilson. Here it comes. Wilson up the middle. Gain of about 2. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 3. Now you know what we're going to go to. Let's do the slip screen. Need good blockers in front. Here's the snap. Throw to Wilson, looking for the end zone, and he's not going to get in. As a matter of fact, he lost a yard. So Northwestern with the goal line stand, and Purdue's going to have to settle for a field goal. The Boilermakers convert it, and Northwestern responds. So it's 10-6, Wildcats. Purdue football from the 25 with 1:16 remaining on the game clock for the first half. Back to the slip screen. Wilson's been the hottest player for Purdue, so they'll start out with him right now. Poor blocking, and Wilson loses 5 yards. Good play. Wilson lost 6 yards on that play, and now with a minute to go, here's the snap. Throw over the middle, that's complete, and now Northwestern will take a timeout. Last year when Purdue went up against Northwestern, it was a blowout. As a matter of fact, they were shut out in hostile territory. Today it's a lot more competitive. Northwestern leading 10-6 over Purdue. We're in game number 9 out of 12 here in Wilson's senior season. He's wide open over the middle, but they go to his teammate instead, and his teammate with the drop. That's going to go incomplete, bringing up 4th down and 12. We got to make sure we keep Northwestern out of the end zone right here, and we do. So it'll be Purdue football to begin the second half. Boilermakers trailing by 4. It is 10-6. This should be an open pocket with the right blocking. Here we go. Wilson up the gut. He'll gain about 3. Wilson so far today with 70 rushing yards on 10 carries. Been pretty efficient, averaging 7 yards per rush. Now we go to a double post route. 144 total yards today for Jackson Wilson as he'll flank to the outside. Hard cut over the middle. He's got it, and then it popped out of his hands. That looked like a sure first down for Purdue. Quarterback was under pressure. Jackson Wilson reeled it in, but then the Northwestern defender knocked it out. Now 3rd and 7. Here's the snap. Again, he's got somebody. That's open for the first down. So the Boilermakers, unfazed by the pressure. They get the conversion anyway. Wilson's teammates have his back there. Now a fresh set of downs for Purdue to work with from the 39. We were going to do a screen, but we're going to audible into an 0-1 trap. Here's the handoff to Wilson, and he gets stuffed. The Northwestern line continuing to work wonders. Nothing that Wilson could do right there. When he got the ball, the defender was already on top of him. Now he'll look to do some damage over the middle. And the quarterback being pursued. And he somehow makes the completion. Again, the teammates cashing in. Wilson got off to a hot start. And now look at the quarterback taking off, using his legs to his advantage. 1st and 10, Boilermakers from the 43. Here's the snap. And the quarterback fumbles the ball, and it's picked up by Northwestern, and it's going to be a scoop and score for the Wildcats. You got to be kidding me. The quarterback went from being sky high to Dairy Queen. As you could see, he had plenty of time originally, but he's trying to do too much. He gave it away. There was nobody there for backup, and Northwestern's going to take that home. Disgusting. All right, Purdue gets the ball back, trailing by 11, 17-6. See if the screen works. Wilson in motion. They go to him. Nobody in the vicinity. Wilson darts down the sideline. Gain of about 7. So following that scoop and score by Northwestern, Purdue looking to regroup, get back on track. Here's Wilson again to the outside, making the catch, but he's short of the first down. Gain of about 2 there. And now let's go to the run. 3rd and 1. Purdue's going to be bringing heat. Here comes Wilson, right through the gut, and a fresh set of downs for the Boilermakers. Now let's see what Coach wants to run this time. PA wheel curls. Wilson will be providing protection right here up the middle in case the quarterback gets pressured. He's still going to get sacked. This Northwestern defense locking us up like they did last year. We've been having a heck of a time going up against this. Now on 2nd and 19, we're going to roll the dice and run it. They think we're going to pass, so here they go. Wilson makes the edge rusher miss him, but he's only going to get 2 yards there, and it's going to be 3rd down and 17. Wilson trying to get the quarterback's attention, but he was already getting taken down to the ground. Incomplete. Yeah, this is just another game where we're just being outclassed on defense. Our defense is doing all it can, but Northwestern has just been dominant. All right, let's go to the sideline here if it's there. Need something. Make that throw. All right, they take the other side. First down, Purdue. Into Northwestern territory. And now they'll give it to Wilson on the handoff from the 47. There goes Wilson. Wilson breaking free up the middle. Another Purdue first down. 85 yards on 14 carries for Jackson Wilson. There's that hard cut. Doesn't take much. You give him a little bit of an opening and he's gone. And now we'll go to the right side from the 33. Another great performance by Wilson, 139 total yards, but his team trails 7-6 against Northwestern. And Wilson eaten up by the edge rush that time. No gain on the play, maybe 1 yard. And now we'll see what the wide receivers have up their sleeves. It looks like we're in position to at least kick a field goal and get this back to a single possession game. We'll see what happens out of this here. Oh, another sack. Never mind. Forget field goal range. That's not good. All right. Can I go in motion? All right, I'm going to cut over the middle. It's going to be a hard cut over the middle. Throw now. Throw now. There we go. Back in field goal range. That's better than nothing. Now let's see if we can convert this. Yes, we do. But Northwestern gets a touchdown. So we get this back to a single possession game of 8 points. But Northwestern continues to pull away. So Wilson, following that catch, now has 62 receiving yards on the day. Cuts straight up the middle. The pressure is coming. There's a clean catch and a clean block. Jackson Wilson clearing out some space. And the wide receivers deliver. It's now or never now, guys. We need to score, and we need to get in the end zone quick. Here's the snap. Hard cut over the middle. Wide receiver on the right sideline had the ball in his hands, but he drops it. Incomplete. Let's go. They're looking for pass. Run it. Good juke move by Wilson. Gain of 4 to make it 3rd and 6. Come on, clock's moving. They're going to be sending pressure. Put me in motion. All right, here we go. Here we go. Block this, block this, block this. Ah, nobody there to block it. Come on, all we needed was one blocker right there. I only had one guy right there to beat. So nothing doing for either team on their previous drives. With the score 24-9, Jackson Wilson will come back onto the field. We'll take this over from the 31-yard line. Here's the snap. And the quarterback again feeling the heat, and he is down. It's been the story of this game. Poor offensive line protection. And now since they're playing deep, this could work for Wilson on the screen. Here they go. Never mind. 3rd down and 17. It looked like that was going to be wide open based on where they were positioned at. 3rd and 17. The throw is complete. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a touchdown! Hold the phone, ladies and gentlemen. The Boilermakers aren't dead just yet. With an extra point, they're back within 8. Sam Choice. Quarterback again gets nailed by a Northwestern defender. But thankfully, he had already gotten rid of the ball. And Sam Choice was already on his way to the house. Uh-oh, the defense makes a stop. And now we set up with quality field position at the Northwestern 40. Purdue trying to put together a comeback. Here's the snap. Throw over the middle. That's complete. That's a gain of about 9. And that brings Purdue to the 31. I thought this game was over, guys. But we don't give up. We play to the final whistle. Jackson Wilson up the middle for the first. Ball at the 28-yard line. The clock reads 4 minutes and 28 seconds. As they line up for another run play with Jackson Wilson. He's nearing 100 rushing yards today. Tries to pick that up right here, and he will, along with another Purdue first down. 105 yards on the ground for Jackson Wilson on 18 carries. If you guys are just tuning in, you came at the perfect time. This was a 24-9 game. Purdue with the touchdown, they get the ball back, and now they're 16 yards away from tying this game. This is going to be another screen play for Wilson. Here it comes. We need blockers. Wilson, hard cut up the middle. Wilson, a gain of 9. 2nd and 1. Clock continues to wind. Now, it is worth mentioning that even if we score a touchdown, a tie game is not guaranteed. We also need a 2-point conversion. Jackson Wilson has been on fire on what has been the biggest drive of the night. His teammates delivered on the previous one, and now Jackson trying to have an MVP moment. Up the middle, here he goes, and he's got a first down at the 2. So close to getting into the end zone. Let's go right back to it, guys. Wilson looking to tie this game up. 1st and goal from the 2. The handoff, and he's short. All right, so that's going to bring up 2nd and goal. It'll still be at the 2. All right, what's Coach suggesting here? All right, they're going to be expecting us to run it. So let's try a PA shot and then audible out of it. Go to a corner strike. Oh, I see what they're in. I think we can fit it through here. Wilson, blown up again. The Northwestern line has just been so tough for this Purdue line to handle. Look at this. That's a terrible block. So nothing doing there for Wilson either. 3rd down and goal from the 5. Here's the snap. Is Purdue clutch? No, they're not. The quarterback's going to get sacked. And now we have no choice but to go for it. 4th and goal from the 12-yard line. And now that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Man, this is frustrating, guys. All we had to do was block up the middle, and we just couldn't do it. But like I said, even if we got a touchdown here, the win is not, we're far from the win because the best we can do is tie. So if Northwestern wins here, it's going to suck, but at the same time, we gave a valiant effort. It's going to be Wilson pushing, and he's a yard short. Wow, what an effort by Wilson, but he can't find the end zone. He nearly pulled magic out of his hat. He had 12 yards to get, and somehow he almost took that into the end zone anyway. But this is going to be a tough loss for the Purdue Boilermakers. They were down 24-9. Well, actually, turns out it's not over yet. We had all 3 of our timeouts. We used them. So now we have 1 minute and 19 seconds to go 44 yards. All right, here we go. Another chance. Jackson Wilson caught. First down. Over the middle. The quarterback had plenty of time to throw it. Just enough time. What an extension by Wilson. And he keeps the game alive. If you're going to make it to the NFL, you got to step up in games like this, and Wilson has definitely done it. Look at this, 106 rushing yards and 95 receiving yards today for the Purdue dual threat. Now we get into a fake zone jet. 48 seconds to go. The handoff to Wilson. Wilson hard cut up the middle for a gain of about 7. Need to go with the hurry up. 40 seconds to go. We're at the 24-yard line. Quarterback takes the quick snap. Trying to make something happen on the sideline. And he doesn't. It's incomplete, but that does stop the clock. 3rd down and 7 coming up. All right, we're going to go with the stick. Here, put me in motion. To the left side. All right, ready, set, go. 3rd and 7. Wilson battling for positioning. They're going to try to take a shot, and it's incomplete. All right, for the second time tonight, Purdue is down to its final chance. 4th and 7. This time, the game is for sure on the line. No timeouts for the Boilermakers. They need 7 yards to continue the game, and they got to get to the line and get it spiked, snapped, something. They don't have time to dawdle around. Here we go. This is the ball game right here. Wilson in motion. Faking out his defender. Wilson still moving. Trying to catch him off guard. Here we go. Quarterback throws over the middle, and that is going to be caught. Purdue's got to get to the line quick. 20 seconds to go. Quarterback takes the snap. He's got Wilson, and he missed him. He missed him. That was a game-tying touchdown, but he missed him. Oh, my gosh. Well, the good news is we stopped the clock, but dadgummit, if he had made a good throw there, I'm in the end zone. Look at this. Look how terrible this throw is. Oh, my goodness gracious. 2nd and 10 from the 11. Here, hold on. I'm going to go to the left side here, so that right side gets more space. Here, fake him. Actually, no, I don't like this. I'm going to change my route. Here we go. With 2 on the play clock. Snap the ball! What are you doing? We don't have any timeouts. All right, 2nd down and 15. Coming up from the 16. 16 seconds to go. We have to have a touchdown or the game is over. Wilson in motion down the sideline. Be watching for me because I might be headed out of bounds. Here we go. Another terrible throw. If he makes a good throw, Jackson Wilson is right there for about a 10-yard gain. And that would have been out of bounds. But he threw it behind him. It's incomplete. 13 seconds to go. 3rd and 15 coming up for the Boilermakers. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking. Still looking. He fires. And it is incomplete. All right, this is it, guys. We need to get 15 yards to stay alive. Everybody go. I'm going to go straight up the middle if I get space. Here we go. The game's on the line right here. He throws it, and it's batted away, incomplete. The only option he had was right there in the middle, and the Northwestern defense was there to make the stop, and that's going to do it. We had the touchdown. Jackson Wilson was wide open. Actually, I had 2 opportunities to get the game-tying touchdown. If I just had a little bit more support from the teammates, I probably would have been able to score. Like the previous drive. If I had a blocker up the middle, that's a touchdown. No block whatsoever. If I had a decent throw, not a great throw, but a decent throw up the middle when we had about 20 seconds left, I would have been in the end zone. I guarantee I would have been in the end zone. But again, Not pointing the finger at anybody ultimately, because we were down 24-9. We gave ourselves a chance to win this game. Can't be ultimately bitter about this. But unfortunately, this is a costly loss for us because we got a lot of tough teams coming up on our schedule, and now we got to win at least 2 of our last 3 if we're going to get to a bowl game. Kiko Lowlams, appreciate you like usual. Man, I just wish it would have been a winning effort, but look at Wilson. 200-yard performance, 95 receiving yards, 109 yards on 22 rushes. He's in peak form in his senior season heading into the NFL draft. Regardless of what happens the rest of the way, guys, it's been a great run. We've only got 3 or 4 more games left, and then that's going to be it for our CFB Road to Glory. At least the first part. The next chapter will be Madden 26. Hey, while we're on the topic of CFB 26, those of you that follow my TikTok know that I won a national championship in an online dynasty, an online public league with Oregon. I just won a 2nd national title. We just went back to back. So we're bringing back more hardware to the Ladder of Light Gaming channel. It's been a great year here on CFB 26. The road to glory's obviously had some adversity, but that's okay. Check your boy out. Breaking the single-season receptions record for Purdue's franchise. Or program, whatever you want to call it. I think I also got Player of the Week. Oh, look at this, guys. Big Ten receptions record. See, just like at San Jose State, we're breaking records left and right, putting the life on the line for this team. I just wish I had a better offensive line, guys. I really, truly do. But it is what it is. Maybe I'll go to an NFL team that's got a good offensive line. And if they do, watch out. Because I've shown several times that if you give me just a little pocket of air, we can make something happen off of that. All right, this is a big game coming up. This is an evenly matched contest. A couple of 4 and 5 teams going at it. It's Purdue and Illini, the rivalry in Champaign. Let's go to our weekly agenda. We got our improved durability. Let's continue to dominate in the classroom. Let's build up our leadership. And let's play ball. I'm not even worried about practice anymore because I got Coach 100% happy, and I really don't have much else to prove outside of an actual game. So I think that's just wasting our time. So let's duke it out for the Purdue Cannon as the Boilermakers and the Illini get ready to square off in Champaign. Purdue coming off a tough 24-16 loss against Northwestern. They'll try to get their record back to 500 and put themselves in the driver's seat to potentially clinch a bowl game with 2 weeks left to play. The Illini have the same goal. Whoever wins today is going to be 5-5 and 1 win away from going bowling. The Illini running out of the tunnel to a sea of orange here in the Prairie State. The heart of the Prairie State, home to Abraham Lincoln. Also to Chief Illiniwek. All right, so Illinois marches down and gets a touchdown on its opening drive, and now let's see if the Boilermakers have an answer. Let's go with the play action read option. As Wilson throws a good block, and look, there goes the quarterback on the keeper. Jackson Wilson sacrificing his body. If he wasn't there, we probably would have lost 7 yards instead of gaining 7 yards. Because you best believe that QB was on his way down if that edge was not protected. All right, they're going to send Wilson to the outside on 2nd and 3. There he goes! And he could go all the way! But the superstar quarterback for Illinois is able to catch him just in the nick of time. 54-yard rush for Jackson Wilson, and that's going to quiet this crowd. Makes you think of the Vanderbilt game all over again. Wilson exploding up the gut. That'll up my average. So Illinois gets in the end zone. Purdue is also knocking on the old door. Hey, feed me again. When you're hot, you want the ball. Let's see what Wilson's got in this inside zone. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Wilson, who just had a 54-yard rush, is going up the middle for a touchdown! There's the end zone strike we were looking for. 2 rushes, 69 yards already for Jackson Wilson here in Champaign. Putting the champagne on ice, and it's tasting real good. Man, oh man. I would say feed them, Kika Low Lambs, but since we're in Champaign, give me a cold beverage. Give me a cold beverage of some sort. Ice water, preferably. Great job by the defense. Great bounce-back effort. But we are at the 1-yard line, so we're going to probably have to go to the I formation on this. We can't afford to take a sack or a safety. Okay, for the love of it all, guys, please give me protection. Please. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll take that up the middle again. Man, what's up with Wilson and all these big carries? 84 yards on just 3 of them. I think we may be looking at a career day for Jackson Wilson. That's saying a lot because we've had a lot of memorable performances over these past 4 years. Now let's go to play action boot flow. Here's the snap. They fake it. And now throw it over the middle. Wilson's wide open, but he threw an interception. What are you guys doing? I know you guys saw how open I was right there. I was calling for it, but the quarterback's like, nah, I'll take a shot to the sideline. That looks open. So this is how it's going to go, guys. Are we for real? I'm going to have 84 yards on 3 carries, and we're just going to give them the ball right back in field goal positioning. That's how we're going to lose? Come on. Yep, touchdown Illini. Right back where we started from. Thanks, quarterback. Really appreciate it. All right, looks like they're going to be sending pressure off the edge, so should be open on this. Okay, we'll take the completion or not. Teammate can't secure it. All right, back to the run. Nothing else is working, so as Kiko Lolam said, let's feed him and see what happens. Let's feed him. Up the gut. Wilson shakes the man off, fighting for the first down. He's inches short. 3rd down and inches coming up. All right, quarterback sneak. Quarterback sneak. Don't you sell this. Don't you blow this. No, bad idea, bad idea. There's a lineman waiting for him. This is going to be a handoff. Come on, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Wilson's got it. What a juke move. Wow, they were about to push me back 3 yards, but that one little move. Look at this patience by Wilson if they show it on the replay. Oops. You thought you had us. Not so fast. The drive will continue. We're still in the first quarter. Right now we got an early shootout. It's already 21 points on the board, 14 courtesy of Illinois. Wilson cutting over the middle. It's caught. Wilson surrounded by 2 superstars, picks up 6 yards right there, and he takes Purdue near midfield to the 45. 2nd down and 4. Wilson making his first catch. And now out of the shotgun formation, we go to an FL cross. And we're going to audible this. Here we go. Again, Wilson to the outside. Quarterback sees him. It's a catch. And another first down. Wilson with a broken tackle. 2 catches for 14 yards. Jackson Wilson is on fire. On Heisman difficulty. CFB 26. If we got heat tab in here, get me some charcoal. There's the catch. Broken tackle. Getting to his feet. still spinning, still winning. The team isn't, but we are as an individual. 109 yards on just 7 plays for Jackson Wilson. And they're still not protecting that middle. Actually, I lied. It looked open for a second, but they crashed down on me at the last moment. But we still got 1 yard. That's better than nothing. Better than getting sacked. All right, 2nd down and 9. Purdue trying to keep this line moving, trailing 14-7 against Illinois. Here's the snap to Philbin. Wilson coming with protection. Philbin still in trouble, and he nearly is intercepted again. Threw that while he was airborne, just lofted up. And now on 3rd and 9. Jackson Wilson will cut up the middle. He's wide open, but the quarterback has no time. Quarterback is drilled. Again, this Purdue offensive line looking pretty soft. Illinois gets the ball back, and they score another touchdown. Oh, this is so annoying. I'm going to have a career day, and we're going to lose anyway, if this is any indication. They go back to the run with Wilson. Up the middle. There he goes. Now, again, Wilson not going down easy. Picks up 6 yards right there. He's got 102 on just 7 carries. You know what? We're not even going to throw it right now. Let Wilson trugging along. 2nd and 4. To the outside goes Wilson. Makes the man miss. Dragging the pile to midfield. And it's another Purdue first down. Wilson with 115 rushing yards today. Same play. Here we go again. This time from the 44. Again the handoff to Wilson. Another great block. Wilson makes a man miss. Stiff arm. First down again for Purdue. Wilson having to do literally everything for this Purdue offense here today. Until they stop it, feed him again. All right, they're sending pressure. They're ready for it this time. So let's go to a corner strike. Come on, put me in motion. Put me in motion. Here we go. Wilson over the middle. That's caught for a gain of 4. 2nd and 6. The rush was on, and now we go to a slip screen. On 2nd and 6. Wilbin with Wilson going in motion. Now they'll audible this. He takes the snap. Wilson hard cut. And it's batted away, incomplete. 3rd down and 6. All right, from the 38-yard line. You know what? We're going to call a timeout. We're going to try the screen play. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, so be it. Come on, guys. We need some good blocking on 3rd and 6. Here comes Wilson. He's got blockers in front of him. Wilson still going inside the red zone. The clutch timeout, and then the clutch screen pass. Purdue advances to the 17-yard line, and the Boilermakers are trying to get in the end zone and make this a ball game once again. Okay, audible to a trap. Once again, this is going to be Wilson on the ground. Here he goes, up the middle, but this time we got poor blocking. Wilson stalled at the line of scrimmage. That brings up 2nd down and 11 from the 18. Look at these video game numbers for Jackson Wilson on Heisman difficulty here in the first half. You know what? We're going to roll the dice again on 2nd and 11. They're not going to be expecting us to run it. Wilson straight up the middle. And now he fumbles the ball. He fumbles the ball, and Illinois got it. Of course, man. Now, hold on a second. Was I down? Because we could challenge this. Wilson picked up 6 or 7 yards there. But that is a back-breaking play. I cannot catch a break right now. But thankfully, our defense finally steps up. All right. Let's start all over from the 22. Wilson in motion, bringing some help. Throw to the sideline, that's complete. For a gain of about 2. So Purdue looked like they were going to make this a single possession game, but then Wilson with a costly fumble trying to put the team on his back. And now we go to a slant on 2nd and 8. Wilson going in motion. Quarterback takes the snap. He's got Wilson on the sideline. Good throw, and Wilson with the diving catch for a gain of about 7. All right, give it to me on the run. Pressure's going to be coming for Illinois. Audible out of this. Let's go to a smash. Come on, put me in motion to the outside. This should be there. This should be there with a good throw. There it is! Wilson could go all the way, 40, but he's down to the 35. Had to make sure I didn't slide down. Jackson Wilson wide open on that play action. Fittingly, Action Jackson is his nickname. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Here in the first half, it's Purdue against Illinois in the battle for the Purdue Cannon. The Boilermakers defeated the Illini in West Lafayette last season. Illinois looking for some redemption, but Jackson Wilson is doing all he can for this team here today. From the 35-yard line, here's the handoff. Wilson with another block. Takes it 9 yards to the 26. Now to the slip screen. Again, the Boilermakers knocking on the door. In scoring range. They flip it to Wilson. He's got plenty of blockers in front of him. And he gets to the 14. This has been a first half to remember. If you take away that fumble by Wilson on the previous drive, he has been flawless. Again, he's open to the outside, makes the catch. He'll pick up a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. Philbin with that completion to Wilson, who just set the Purdue program record and the Big Ten Conference record for total receptions. 2nd down and 8. A minute 15 to go here in the first half. They go with the fake zone jet, and they give it to Wilson again. But he's stood up. 3rd down and 7. All right, let's see what we got. Big play coming up for Purdue. The snap, the throw is caught, but he's going to be short of the first down. Illinois will take a timeout. And now Purdue, instead of going for the field goal, they're going to keep the offense on the field. All right, what's Coach recommending for us here? Looks like he wants a slot out on 4th and 5. I'm wide open. And it's caught! Or not! It's intercepted. It looked like I had the ball in my hand originally, but the Illini with the goal line stand. Can we get a replay on that? Because I'm pretty sure I had that ball in my hands. I think the Illini player just took it from me. Jacques DeBose. Let's take another look. Nope, I never had it. He jumped it at the last second. Should have kicked the field goal, Coach. What are you doing? All right, so that's 2 trips to the red zone in which we've come up with nothing. And that's the difference in this game right now, with Illinois leading 21-7. They start out with a Wilson handoff up the middle. Wilson, look at him roll! Wilson all the way to midfield. A gain of 22 on that play. Jackson Wilson does not have his confidence shaken. He continues to ball out for the Boilermakers here today. Another handoff to Wilson. He's free again for a positive gain of 5. Yeah, we're definitely still in this, Kiko Lowlams. We just got to keep getting down into that territory. It's kind of like baseball. When in doubt, keep swinging for the fences. Eventually, you'll get your pitch. Here's Wilson. Hard cut. First down, Purdue. Look at him throw that dude to the turf. Can you say career day for Jackson Wilson? Wow, what a performance. As he continues to will his team to the best of his ability. Now, granted, I do have a costly fumble. I'm not going to let that go unnoticed. But, man, we are putting a life on the line for this team. Nothing but daylight again for Wilson. And he'll stop the clock after an 8-yard gain on that catch. Ball at the 30-yard line. 2nd and 2. Again, the handoff to Wilson. Up the middle he goes for another first down. Earlier in the show, Kiko Lowlams had one command. It was simple. Feed him. And that's exactly what Purdue has done. Wilson already with more than 100 yards in both categories. Up the gut again. Makes another man miss. Pushing, shoving for another first down. This takes them to the 15. Familiar territory. And now the Illini will probably be tightening up that line once again, applying more pressure. See what Wilson's got for it. From the 15. Another good block. And this time Wilson is limited to 1 yard. All right, teammates. Somebody else has got to step up. They're keying in on me. So what's Coach suggesting on this? All right, we got an inside cross. 2nd down and 9. Wilson's going to change up his route. And go in motion. Trying to keep the defense guessing. On 2nd and 9. Here he goes to the sideline. With the quarterback getting in a hurry. He tries to go to the teammate on the left side. That's going to be incomplete. 3rd down and 9. Throw over the middle. Complete. First down. The teammates finally deliver. And now we're only 4 yards away from making this a single possession game. All right, feed me again. I want it. Slip screen coming up. If we get a good block, this should be a touchdown for Wilson. And it is. Wilson is in for 6. We got a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Like you said, Kiko Lowlams, that was so close, but we're still in it. A lot of football left to be played. We're only 3 minutes into the 3rd quarter. Jackson Wilson has his 4th receiving touchdown of the year. And now can the defense step up again? Yes, they do. And Purdue's going to start out at midfield. And they're going to feed Wilson right away. 106 receiving yards, 188 rushing yards. They hand the ball off to him. Wilson to the outside. He'll pick up about 2. 2nd down and 8 coming up for the Boilermakers. Teammates are going to have to eventually follow suit, especially if this screenplay doesn't work out. Philbin takes the snap. Again looking for Wilson. There's blocking in front of him. Wilson down the sideline. Another first down for Purdue. That's 11 catches and 119 receiving yards. Folks, you may want to record this on your VCR because what you're witnessing right now is perhaps the greatest Big Ten conference performance all time. It has to be. I'm not even trying to be biased. This has been a game to remember. And we're only in the 3rd quarter. And look at these numbers. Heisman difficulty, 119 receiving yards, 190 rushing yards. Wilson is on a mission. There he goes again. Hard cut. A gain of 4. Didn't look like there was much there, but Jackson Wilson still finds a way. Said, if you guys aren't going to do it, I'll do it on my own. Oh, look at this opening up the middle. We get good blocking right here. It's right there. Throw it, throw it. Yes, good catch. I wish it was more than that, but it does get us closer to field goal range. 3rd down and 4. All right, this is going to be a handoff for Wilson. Can he keep the drive alive with his team only down by 7? He can! What a juke move by Wilson to avoid contact and get another first down. I don't know where this is coming from, guys. Actually, I do know. Only my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ could do something like this. Sometimes you do things that don't make any sense. You don't know how it's happening. You just let it happen. Look at these numbers. First down from the 21. Another handoff to Wilson. Perfect block. Wilson up the gut, 8 yards. 2nd down and 2 from the 13. Continuing to move the sticks. Wilson again lining up on the right side. Here's the snap. Pressure coming. Good block. That's another first down. I think he got it, and he did. Wilson got just enough to break the plane. 1st and 10 for the Boilermakers. They're at least in field goal range. Got to keep moving the ball here. Let's start out with a run. And if they stop us, then we can consider the pass. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Wilson up the middle. Still going. Gain of 5. Slowly but surely making his way toward the end zone. 218 yards today for Jackson Wilson. Looking for more blocks. He's got another block. Wilson up the gut, 2 more. 3rd down and 3 at the 3. All right, let's go to the slip screen. This crowd making noise. The Boilermakers trying to quiet them down. Hit the mute button. Here's Wilson trying to find the end zone, but there's nobody there. There's nobody there to help him out, and Purdue is going to have to settle for a field goal. They convert it, but Illinois gets a touchdown on the other end. 28-17, so close were the Boilermakers. They tried to catch Illinois off guard. I wanted to run it again, but I tried to catch them off guard with that screen. They were ready for it. Give them credit. Now we desperately need a touchdown. Wilson to the outside. Breaking free. That's another first down. This is still doable, guys, but we got to get points on the board and do it in a hurry. Wilson's going to bring help here. Protect his quarterback. Look at that defense. And now we got another interception. Unbelievable! We're seriously going to lose this game. Look at this, guys. 348 yards and we're going to lose? Oh my goodness. Now granted, we haven't lost yet, but that still is a backbreaker. Illinois gets a field goal to go up 14. Goodness gracious. Ball at the 26-yard line. To pass it. Wilson breaking free. There's his teammate downfield. Look at Paul Wilbon today. 3 interceptions. 3 costly ones. Now Wilson going up the middle. Makes a man miss. Oh, he's going to take a shot. And it's incomplete. All right, come on, guys. We got to have a touchdown on this drive. Please work. Please work. Of course not. Where is the... First of all, why didn't he just throw it? And 2, there's no blockers to be found. 3rd down and 10 coming up. Take the deep shot. I got him. Oh, no. Incomplete. 4th and 10. Come on, y'all. Watch that edge. Watch that edge rush. Oh, we got a flag. Pass interference. Come on, ref. Come on, ref. Throw the flag. Come on. Yep. We'll take it. We're not complaining. We'll take the first down. Not dead yet. The handoff from Wilbon to Wilson. Wilson up the middle. Wilson a gain of 9. Come on, hurry it up, hurry it up. Let's go. We got to get in the end zone quick. 240 yards today for Jackson Wilson. This has been a game to remember for him. Up the middle, can't get the first down. 3rd and 1. All right, just do the screenplay, do the screenplay. Do the screenplay. They're going to be sending blitz. Come on, good blockers to the outside. Come on, block them, block them. There, okay, we'll stop the clock. That's a first down. We really need to throw the ball because running is only going to do so much for us. But, man, I just don't trust the quarterback at this point. I just don't. We're going to have to do it ourselves. We got all 3 of our timeouts. Come on, we need a big play. Need a big play right here. There we go. Jackson Wilson with 258 yards on the ground. Come on, keep the line moving. Let's go. I think they want us to run the ball so that we drain the clock. So be it. We got all 3 of our timeouts. Block for me. Block for me. 2nd down and 8. And we're doing it again. We're not giving it to any of our teammates right now. If we're going to lose, it's going to be us. It's going to be on us. Here comes the pressure. Good block, and there's the stop. All right, 3rd down and 8. We got no choice but to do a pass play now. 3rd and 8 coming up. Here's the snap. Got Wilson cutting over the middle, and that's why we don't want the quarterback passing. Because he either gets sacked or he throws a freaking interception. 4th and 15. What a frustrating loss this is going to be if we can't convert this. It's going to be Wilson, sliding catch, but he's nowhere near the first down. He's taken down. And the ball's going to go back to Illinois. All right, we're officially in the miracle stage now. I think we're starting out at our own 8-yard line. Yep. Still down by 14. We've only got 1 timeout left. 1:52 left to go. Hard cut over the middle. It's Wilson with the catch. And now he drops it. As you can see by my numbers, it's going to be such a frustrating game for us to lose. Wilson dancing down the side, and that's going to be caught for a Purdue first down to the 18. I mean, we could go back to that interception at the goal line. We could go back to when we didn't take the field goal. We've been to the red zone twice, and we came up with no points off of those 2 trips. So there's a lot of things we can point the finger at in this kind of a game. Wilbon's 3 interceptions. That didn't help us either. But look at Wilson down the middle, making that catch to keep the game alive. I'm going to keep doing my thing. I don't know about y'all. Come on, give me a screen. Give me a screen up front. We got to get out of bounds. And, of course, we don't. Oh, my gosh. There's number 150 in the receptions column for Jackson Wilson. But this effort is nowhere near enough today with Purdue losing 31-17. Again, they take a quick strike. It's over the middle. But again, they're not getting out of bounds. They're just settling for checkdowns. That ain't going to do us any good. We got to go slip screens. 3rd and 2. Here we go. Quick spike to Wilson. Come on, give me a block. Keep going. Keep going. I don't have time to get out of bounds, but we're in the miracle stages already. We got 1 timeout. They want to save it if all possible. Here we go. Hard cut by Wilson, another hard cut. They're going to go deep for the end zone, and it is caught. It is caught for a touchdown. Wow, finally the teammates deliver. Man, this is going to make this loss even more frustrating now. 7-point game. Finally, Wilbon makes a highlight. And that's it. That is it. 31-24, Illinois. Sometimes life just isn't fair, is it? The greatest performance you will ever see from a running back. And these dudes from Illinois still are celebrating a win. I just wanted you guys to take a few seconds and look at that stat line. 31 rushes, 256 yards, 162 receiving yards, and 2 touchdowns. Yes, Kiko Lowlams, thank you for that, because this is a perfect opportunity to spread the gospel. Times like these suck. We don't always get our way. But I am still giving God the glory. We are still giving Him praise. And we have hope that in the midst of it all, brighter days are ahead. Because regardless of what happens the rest of this season and the rest of my college career, NFL teams will probably be coming calling. That's literally the greatest game I will probably ever play in this series. Definitely in CFB. So savor that, guys. We have no one to blame but ourselves for this loss. We shot ourselves in the foot with all these turnovers. And there's really not much else you can say. Congrats to Illinois. They got their payback in the rivalry after last year. Unfortunately, it looks like our bowl chances have taken what could be a fatal hit. Because now, in order for us to qualify, we're going to have to beat... well, first things first, let's advance the week to double check. 2 games left, guys. It looks like that's probably going to be the case. Technically, there still could be 3 if we qualify for a bowl game, but we're going to have to win out, and that's going to be tough to do. Big Ten Offensive Player of the Week. I mean, you don't even have to be a sports expert to figure that one out. And then the National Offensive Player of the Week. We're definitely making our name known, guys. But it hasn't been enough. We're not winning football games. Now, granted, we got a couple of dubs this year. We're 4-6. But I just wish we were in a better position following that last performance. But like Kiko Lowlam said, my brother in Christ, all glory to God. Sometimes things don't work out the way we want them to, but you know, like that, the ultimate goal of this channel is to give Him the glory. That's the most important thing, because we've had a lot of wins and we've had some losses. Like, for instance, backyard baseball. We had a phenomenal season. We made it all the way to the final game of the World Series. We nearly pulled off an incredible comeback. Came inches short. It sucked, but we eventually get over it. We move on, and there's always tomorrow. And what I mean by that is, it's not promised in this world, but if you put your faith in Jesus Christ, there always will be a tomorrow for all eternity. If you guys have yet to make Him your Lord and Savior, I pray that you do so now. He's the reason I'm here today. He's the reason I'm giving you all these streams. And He's the reason I have so many lovely subscribers and so many beautiful viewers. Like, I appreciate everybody's support. Without you guys, we don't have a channel. You guys are heaven sent. And again, I want you all going there with me someday. But it's only through Jesus that you're going to make it. So, like, nothing else will save you. I don't care how good of a person you think you are. You're all sinners in need of a Savior, myself included. So, repent. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. I love you guys, but God loves you more. And I will see you guys for the final episode of what looks to be the final episode of CFB 26 Road to Glory. 2 games left in the regular season for Jackson Wilson's senior campaign. And we'll see if we can't win these final 2 games and qualify for a bowl. But it's going to take our best effort of the season with number 12 Nebraska coming to town. May the peace that passes beyond all understanding and the unconditional love of Jesus Christ be yours today. In His holy and almighty name. And I will see you guys for the next one. We take on Nebraska and Indiana in the rivalry.